Alright, so another fragrance I want to talk about real quick is, which is again worthy of talking about. Um, Now this is a miniature, of course. This is the Versace Manu Fresh. I haven't had this like for a long, long time. This is kind of a recent purchase, but this is another fragrance that, again, man, it's worth talking about. I, I've heard a lot of good things about this. I blonde bought it. Now, of course, this is a miniature. This is a 5 ml, and of course, and also this is a dabber, which is going to play into what I'm going to get into in a minute here. Anyway, so this fragrance, fresh, clean, slightly aquatic, and citrusy. So it's a tropical, fruity, citrusy, um, slightly aquatic fragrance, and basically, essentially, this is a cheaper Dolce Gabbana light blue alternative, right? This literally smells like light blue, the female version, literally. This has the scent DNA embedded within it with its own twist. So it's got the light blue, the female version of light blue. When I say Dolce Gabbana light blue, I'm referencing to the female version. But this has the female version with an added twist to it. So it's literally smells just like Dolce Gabbana light blue. Literally. There's no need to get Dolce Gabbana light blue, the female version. We can just get this. And I know for a fact this is cheaper than Dolce Gabbana light blue. Right? I don't have Dolce Gabbana light blue, but I don't need to because I have this particular fragrance. It literally smells just like it. 85+% similar. Again, this, while it could be seen as being a clone to some extent, it's also its own character. Like I said, it's like Dolce Gabbana light blue with an added twist. It's got like a pineapple, starfruit, banana added twist to it. So literally 85% Dolce Gabbana light blue. You can literally just rock this, and you're gonna get the same. It's gonna do the same job as a Dolce Gabbana light blue. And that's actually the primary reason why I bought this particular fragrance was because it's a Dolce Gabbana light blue clone. That's why I got this fragrance in the first place. Um, so, man, it's a banger, man. I like it, man. Now, I think in terms of utilization, now of course, obviously, this is a slightly aquatic citrusy fragrance. This is again, it's a high heat fragrance you want to wear in the high heat. For me personally, though, I've went through half the juice already, so this is only a 5 ml of juice, so it's not really that much. But I've went through half the juice already, um, and so I've spent a little bit of time with this character, not a lot. But I think this would make an excellent gem scent. Um, like I think my conclusion with this particular fragrance, because based on its character archetype and based on its performance, which again, this isn't a beast. Performance with this is a bit compromised and a bit restricted because this is a dabber. Um, the performance is somewhat restricted and compromised. So that's why I'm not like too heavily critical on the performance of this. But obviously, this is not a powerhouse, right? You don't wear this fragrance, but you will get noticed with this. This is a noticeable fragrance for sure, without a fucking doubt. And the smell's really smooth. It's sexy, and again, it's got feminine qualities to it, right? It's soft. It's gentle. It's a fragrance that you just can't go wrong with. There's never ever a wrong time to wear this, right? Similar to Cool Water. Not scent wise, but just, in terms of like purpose and usage, right? There's never a wrong time to rock this fragrance ever. You can rock this during the day easily, at nighttime easily, and of course, like on rainy days. Like, so rainy days, nighttime, during the day, there's never a wrong time to wear this particular fragrance, man. It's just an all-around great fragrance. It's easily the ultimate casual fragrance, right? Wear it to a barbecue, to a pool party, you know. Um, maybe not so much dress uppy, but you can easily pull this fragrance off. There's literally no situation or scenario where I would not wear this fragrance to. Literally, I would wear this fragrance literally anywhere, any place, anytime. As far as like an easy dumb reach kind of fragrance where you don't have to think, dab on and go, spray on and go, whatever. I'm talking about this fragrance not because I'm a sponsor, none of that fuck shit. I'm talking about this fragrance because I think it's worth talking about, and because it smells fucking good. And I think that there are a lot of other guys out there that could relate to this and could get into this, man. Um, this is a cheapie for sure. This costs little to nothing. And why get Dolce Gabbana Light Blue when you can just get this? You don't need to get Dolce Gabbana Light Blue. You can literally just rock this, and it's gonna do the same job. Um, Now, this isn't as aggressive as Dolce Gabbana Light Blue, right? Now, obviously, Dolce Gabbana Light Blue, the female version, which it's been a while since I rocked it, right? I wore it hardcore last summer, but this isn't as aggressive. This is a little bit. This is think of this as like a more toned down version of Dolce Gabbana Light Blue, right? It's a really tamed, refined version, more denser version of Dolce Gabbana Light Blue. That's essentially what this fragrance is. Again, with a added banana, pineapple, starfruit twist to it. So it's got some minor differences. This is its own character. Like I'm not saying that this is this. I mean, it is a Dolce Gabbana clone, but it's that plus more. It's also its own distinct character. So it's not this or that. It's this and that. So that's pretty much the point I'm trying to establish here. I got this fragrance mostly because of the smell, right? Not so much on the performance. Performance-wise, it's not terrible. Far from terrible. But again, it's hard to gauge the performance of this because it's a dabber. And I'm not the biggest fan of dabbing, but I can make exceptions when it comes to fragrances like this, right? Because I'm new to this. I'm new to this particular fragrance, and with these fragrances, at least with this particular fragrance, I don't require crazy beast mode performance, right? Um, so that's why I'm not too strict on it. This would make an excellent gym set. Purpose and usage wise, my conclusion with this is the best usage for this would be like in a gym, playing sports, anything outdoors, right? Anything involving outdoor activities, this is the fragrance. This is a great sport fragrance. Wear it playing sports, but you got to be doing something wearing this, right? Um, that's the best way in terms of utilizing this character properly or just maximizing it. Playing sports, outdoor activities, pool party, barbecue, something like that. But outside of that, I really wouldn't wear this fragrance outside of that because, again, this is just it's a fun, outgoing, playful, youthful, energizing fragrance, right? So number one, it's energizing, it's youthful, it's refreshing, it's cool and refreshing. So it's got all the qualities and characteristics of a sport like gym like scent. Uh, I plan to use this like for that purpose like mostly because I'm in a position where I don't really need to wear this fragrance all the fucking time. Thank goodness. When I first got this, I thought I was like wow, right? But now as I begin to wear it more and more, that's the thing with fragrances. Like the more you wear them, generally speaking, not all the time, but you can, it's not didn't have the same impact it did when I first got it. But don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. I still put this in like in the slightly above average category in terms of smell, right? Smell wise, slightly above average, not like super duper wow or like excellent or anything like that, but definitely slightly above average, but no more than that. I'm not going to give this credit more credit than it deserves, but I would not be talking about this fragrance or ranting about it if I did not think this fragrance was worth talking about. I'm going to be wearing this fragrance a lot. Would I buy this again? Probably, but it's hard to tell at this point in time because there's just so much competition out there that it's hard for me to say conclusively if I would buy this again. Definitely worth the price where I paid for it. And like I said, like my usage for this and purpose for this, like I don't need to wear this as a signature scent anymore. I can just use this like as a potential gym scent for working out or just like I said outdoor activities, right? Going to the fucking carnival or some shit, a barbecue. That's kind of really what I only want to use this fragrance for, and that's what I intend to. That's the smart way, the efficient way to use it. Because again, I only got like 2.5 ml, 2.5 ml of juice of this, so it's not like I can, you know, wear this every day. If I wear this all the time, it's gonna go empty like within like pretty soon. So plus I got other fragrances that I can wear. So, um, but dude, man, look, Dolce Gabbana Light Blue. This is a Dolce Gabbana Light Blue cheaper alternative. There's no reason for you to fuck with Dolce Gabbana Light Blue when you can just get this shit. Just get this. It smells literally exactly the same. The average person is not gonna be able to tell the difference between this and light blue. You'd have to put your nose to you'd have to put your nose to this to really be able to establish the difference. But out in the air, to the average person, they're not gonna be able to tell the difference between this and Dolce Gabbana Light Blue. It smells exactly the same, literally, right? With minor differences. I like this just as much as Cool Water. Now, Cool Water is like my first love in terms of like blue aquatics. This is tied. I was thinking the other day, which one do I like better? It's a tiebreaker, man. I like both these the same. But there's something about this that has a sort of, I don't want to say sex appeal, but this is just smoother, and it's just fucking sexier. I don't know. It's just cool water's good too. And I don't know why I'm bringing cool water. I only bring cool water into this because they're kind of the same in terms of category wise. I mean, they're both kind of aquatic, even though they don't really smell nowhere near the same. But whatever. Uh, that's about it, man. A good gym scent. I think Look, I could say this would be a great signature scent, but let's be real. My humble opinion, to conclude all this. Oh, by the way, just to quickly sum this up, longevity wise, on a good day, I clocked this in at 6.5 hours, right? And that's on a good day. So that's the most in terms of longevity wise. So that's excellent. To me, 6.5 hours for a freshie like this, fragrances like these citrusy, fresh aquatics, typically don't have the best performance. So for me to get 6.5 hours, and again, that's on a good day, I guess, per se. It's a little bit inconsistent with the performance, so I don't really want to. But 6.5 hours, that's what I've gotten the most out of this, and that's to me, that's good. Like that's not just average. That's great, right? To get that kind of coverage, that kind of longevity for a fragrance with this scent profile, that's pretty freaking good. So 6.5 hours on a good day. And I wasn't really wearing it crazy heavy or anything, but just 6.5 hours. Um, so there's something to keep in mind. So performance-wise, it performs, right? This is definitely not a terrible performer. Like I said, man, it's a really sparkly, fresh, pretty gorgeous fragrance with feminine qualities to it. Uh, I think this is applicable to virtually any guy, man. Honestly, teenagers, young guys. It's got a youthful quality to it, but I think that older guys could rock it as well, man. There's no reason. This is applicable to any guy. Honestly, any guy could rock this. You don't have to fit into it. It doesn't, require a certain personality type. You could be middle. It doesn't really freaking matter. Like it just smells freaking good. Um, and it's a happy fragrance. You wear this, it puts you in a good mood, man. That's why I think this would be a look. This would thrive. It's a gym scent. Like it would be a great sport outdoor fragrance. That's what it's made for. That's what it's designed for. It's because its performance is moderate, and because it's just a low key smell good fragrance. For me at least, this is a nice sporty outdoor, that kind of thing. But if you're not going to be doing anything outdoors, I think there are other alternatives. But again, if you're going to be outdoors doing shit, this is for me. So anything that involves outdoor activities, or if I'm going to be outdoors, for an extended period of time, I would throw this on. So Versace Manu Fresh, you know, a cheaper light blue alternative. 6.5 hours longevity with this, and I think that's about it, man. Yeah, that's about it, man. Again, it is signature scent worthy in my humble opinion, but honestly, like I said, rock it at the gym, rock it playing sports. That's really what you want to use this fragrance for, because it's the kind of fragrance that you smell this and it's like you want to makes you want to get moving. So playing sports, pool party, that kind of thing, man. But outside of that, man, I really wouldn't, you know, that's where that fragrance thrives at. So anyway, man, that's my 2 cents on this, man. Versace Mano Fresh.